uses is newspaper articles. It's not paperwork.
I never knew you could get paperwork that goes this far back, but this is a documented shooting that took place. And you know, I have the news clippings in this video. Y'all can see it. Y'all can look it up for yourselves. It ain't a secret. It's been out for
I'm really
fucking
expose snitches because I need money.
I think people get it confused and they think that I genuinely give a fuck. I don't care.
You're just
YouTube
making content.
pays me, bro.
Yeah, this is your gig.
If I wasn't making money off of this shit, I wouldn't give a fuck.
For sure.
So
Been thugging it out through the mud with this YouTube shit, man. Scoop really been on this shit, man.
That Gastonian nigga been on it. Hey.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? This your boy BT Scoop TV, and I'm back at y'all with another reaction video, man. And today we got something exclusive. We're gonna be reacting to Point and Shoot, breaking down 1090 Jake, man, how he tried to expose Larry Hoover, man. I don't know, man. I think 1090 Jake probably, man, need to quit with these things, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he need to quit because that's how he get his money, but, man, make sure you're all the way legit, though. But before we get into this, though, man, if you're new to the channel, go down there and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Like I was saying, though, man, I'm going to react to Point and Shoot's video on 1090 Jake, man. You know, Point and Shoot, he one of them ones. Make sure y'all go to his channel and subscribe to him and check out his content, man. He most famously known for destroying the No Jumper podcast, you know what I'm saying, whole cast by himself, man. He be funny as hell on them videos, man. Y'all go check him out, though. But without further ado, we're going to go see what he talking about with this 1090 Jake, man. Stay off the Hoover, guy. Stay off the Hoover, man. Let's go.
All right, so for this video, I want to talk to you guys about the most famous fake white Florida blood from Boston, 1090 Sticks, because he's back in the news. And this time he's facing backlash for trying to quote-unquote expose legendary Chicago gang leader Larry Hoover for being a rat. And this is really confusing because he just told creepy weirdo Vlad TV that he's not exposing snitches anymore and that he's done with that.
snitched or how does work. That's why I don't even, the snitching videos is over with. Like I said, if
And so
one
that was
person,
obviously a lie, which is not surprising because Jake is a well-documented liar and storyteller and fraud. But I did want to talk about this new video that he made because it's so stupid. It's just a huge nothing burger. And it's obvious that he only put this video out because Larry Hoover has been in the news lately for getting pardoned by Donald J. Trump. And so this is a huge clout chase. And the documentation Jake uses is newspaper articles. It's not paperwork.
I never knew you could get paperwork that goes this far back, but this is a documented shooting that took place. And you know, I have the news clippings in this video. Y'all can see it. Y'all can look it up for yourselves. It ain't a secret. It's been out for fucking
But before we go ahead and get into this, though, man, I want to say this about what I feel about 1090 Jake, man. I think, bro, you know, he do his thing. I ain't going to discredit him, bro. He be having some fire content, but, man, when you get the reaching, bro, and you ain't true on what you talking about, man, that stuff, man, that'll get you in trouble for real, bro. Hope you get yourself together and rethink this, man. And I know you ain't gonna take this video down, though. I wouldn't take it down neither because you already did it. You shouldn't have did it.
57 years.
So this 57-year-old newspaper clipping is the basis for Jake's expose. What? This is just a newspaper article, and it's quoting the police. It's not even, there's no narrative that's signed. It's not an affidavit. It's not a witness statement. This is a newspaper article. And the newspaper article basically says that Larry Hoover got shot by his rival gang members and he got hit in the legs and ended up telling on those people to the police from his hospital bed. Now, I do want everyone to understand that this is a newspaper article from the 1960s in Chicago, and it's the police that are being quoted. This is all just the police telling the newspaper what they say Larry Hoover said. There's no, it's just a bunch of nonsense. You know, the police in Chicago in the 60s was one of the biggest criminal organizations in America. What? You know, the corruption in the 60s with that department is insane. They're not credible at all, and I don't understand why we're even talking about this. And this shooting happened in the middle of the fucking day in the principal's office. What? There were witnesses everywhere. There were multiple bystanders that got hit. There were people telling people stuff all over the place. They picked the guys up minutes after they shot. These guys.
Did he say in the principal's office? How old was these guys, man? Larry Hoover and them getting active. They in the principal. Motherfucker got shot in the principal's office. Or not unless he was up there for his son. I don't know. That's crazy. In the principal's office, though. That's crazy. Ain't good. Crazy.
This did not get arrested because of Larry Hoover. The cops are trying to put this on Larry Hoover to try to make him out as a snitch, I think. This is what happened because it just doesn't make sense that they've got these guys in custody minutes after, and then they go to the newspaper and try and attribute these arrests to like what Larry Hoover told them. Did Larry Hoover take the stand, by the way? Do we have anything that actually, I mean, is there any proof that Larry even said any of this, or are we just going off the cops' words? Because I think it needs to go a little bit further than that if we're going to be labeling someone like Larry Hoover a snitch. Okay, that's crazy. So 1090 Jake puts this video out and people are not happy about it. He's all over the blogs. People are reminding him that he is one of the most famous snitches in the world. What? And it's just not really going very well for him. His video flopped. It only got 150,000 in the first day. So the video is not performing well. It's not lucrative at all. And it's just so funny because he's put himself in a lot of danger for a lot, not a lot of money. And as we all know, Jake has publicly stated that he only does that. He only exposes snitches in the interest of gaining money so that he can support his new relationship. What? And that's true. And so I want to play you this clip of 1090 Jake explaining that I don't care about it.
Before we get into that, do y'all think 1090 Jake can go to Chicago after making this video? Hit that like button and get in the comments and let me know, do y'all think he will be able to go to Chicago? I'm going to keep it real with you. If he got enough paper, he can go to Chicago. He can go anywhere damn near he want to do. He ain't got to go to no hoods. Just hopefully nobody, you know what I'm saying, catch him out of bounds somewhere. But I feel like he can go to Chicago anytime he want to not be touched. Not saying Chicago, you know what I'm saying, ain't what it is, because you know how Chicago, we all know how Chicago is. But he got money. He not about to be on that, you know what I'm saying, nowhere near the hoods of Chicago, to keep it real with you. But shit can happen. But let's keep it going, though, man. I don't think he gonna go to Chicago, but I feel like he can, though.
Any of this shit. I only really expose snitches because I need money.
I think people get it confused and they think that I genuinely give a fuck. I don't care.
You're just
YouTube
making content.
pays me, bro.
Yeah, this is your gig.
If I wasn't making money off of this shit, I wouldn't give a fuck.
For sure.
So he does this all for money. It's only in the interest of money. And I want to play you some more of this. This is really interesting. This is where it gets really sort of weird. When Jake starts lying and then he starts contradicting himself mid-sentence almost. I mean, it's really bizarre. And I want to show you this. So this next clip is going to show Bootleg Kev sort of check 1090 Jake on the fact that he's like sort of destroying people's lives by labeling them a snitch. And he asks Jake how he feels about that. And Jake pretty much denies that these people's careers are affected by his videos. He's like, nobody cares about when I do a video on somebody. Nobody gives a fuck about what I say. I'm just doing what I do so I can get some money.
Drop shit on people that have still maintained their career. Like
Boston Richie was one of your famous ones, right?
Yeah.
Affected his career negatively.
Like 6 days after that shit dropped, when I dropped that shit.
And that's where he don't give a damn about the culture, bro. He said he do it for the YouTube checks. We all just heard him say that. Now he's saying when he do videos, they don't have negative impacts on these people's career. Man, that take away a good percentage of, you know what I'm saying, of individuals who don't believe in that, you know what I'm saying, in that telling stuff. And when he does things like that, bro, that's not, you know what I'm saying, that put a strike on a Joker's card, on the nigga's character.
He got signed for like 6 million.
True.
So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like people are still gonna have their opinion on that. Like, oh, he gave fake names, whatever. And I can show you what name was real and what name, you know, but it's like, who gives a fuck?
So Jake says nobody gives a fuck. So that, okay, so what he's saying is that when he makes a video about someone labeling them a snitch and getting millions and millions of views and ruining their image, that no one cares about it and that it doesn't really affect the person's career. Now, I want you to pay attention to that. Jake says nobody cares. No one gives a fuck about this. So he's saying that when someone gets labeled a snitch, no one at the end of the day really cares, and that it's not, people are still going to listen to their music and everything else, right? Okay, so
Sometimes that
minutes
could be
later,
true, though.
Bootleg Kev asks Jacob if there was ever a time when he had paperwork on someone labeling them a snitch that he decided not to make a video about. And Jake says, yes, there is someone that I decided not to make a video about, even though they are a snitch. And listen to the reason why he didn't make the video.
Have you decided to not expose somebody for whatever reason, even though you have shit where you're like, maybe?
Yeah. I got a interrogation video on a big rapper.
Why haven't you dropped it?
Because I know what it's gonna turn into. The thing is, I already know that who it is gonna get a pass. So why do it?
Yeah, why stir up some shit?
Why stir up some shit that in a fucking 2 weeks nobody's gonna give a fuck about, and it's just gonna cause me more of a pain in the ass than anything. So I don't need the money that bad.
What the fuck did I just? What? So he's having trouble keeping up with his lies, isn't he? He just said that he doesn't mind putting the snitch label on people because at the end of the day, no one's gonna care about it.
Shit, he got signed for like $6 million.
True.
So who gives a fuck? But it's like, who gives a fuck?
But then he says that he didn't expose Big Sad for being a snitch because no one would care about it, and it wouldn't be worth it because no one will care about it.
I already know that who it is gonna get a pass. So why do it? Why stir up some shit that in a fucking 2 weeks nobody's gonna give a fuck about?
Then why are you exposing anyone at all? Why are you exposing Larry Hoover if no one cares about it?
So that's his whole objective. He wanting people to get in trouble in they hood. Like, why? If it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I already know Big Sad gonna get a pass. Supposedly that's who they talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do my research. But yeah, 1090 Jake, bro, you sell for that comment right there. Now he's saying people not gonna care about it, so he's not gonna do it. Like he gonna automatically get a pass out there where he from. That's crazy, bro. You want to see people get it in. That's what doing this shit to stir up shit.
It's so stupid. So what the fuck is going on? And Bootleg kept sitting here like, oh yeah. But what he's thinking is, man, this guy's stupid. And but he doesn't want to dig in. He's non-confrontational. This is probably why he has the #1 hip hop podcast on the West Coast, because he doesn't like dig into people and like really put people on the spot. But he knows that Jake sounds like a fucking idiot right here. So I just wanted to show you that. Now I do want to move on to this next clip. This is going to be 1090 Jake for the first time letting the world know that he is no longer a blood and that he has dropped his flag and he is an official dropout. Okay, this is really interesting. Look at this.
Like you brought up, I'm a white blood. None of that shit's on my Instagram anymore. All the pictures are taken down. All the fucking, like I turned 30 and I was just like, this shit doesn't serve me, you know? It made sense in prison. Brotherly love overriding oppression and destruction. I'm broke, you're broke. We come together, we eat.
Wow. So he says it only made sense for him to be a blood in prison because, whatever, I eat, you eat, we eat together. That's not what he's always he's always said, that he was a blood long before he went to prison. But now he's like,
That's what happens, bro. He went to the yard, got accepted, infiltrated them boys' structure. Really, I heard that, you know what I'm saying, white guys weren't supposed to be bloods, but I don't know people's politics like that, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy, though. Now yeah, you can do what you want to do as a man, but, bro, you is considered a dropout, and you sitting there making up shit about the big homie Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Chicago's legend Larry Hoover. That's crazy, bro. You got to get it together. I ain't dissing you. Keep making your videos, but make sure they, you know what I'm saying, they're 100% true, man. Don't be out here trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that to people and you ain't right. The stuff wrong. My thing is, you should be doing it, period, man. But some people want to see that, you know what I'm saying? People who do business with people like that, they want to know shit about them, and they probably don't know. So that's a good thing now, I guess. But let's keep it going.
it made sense in prison because I really had to show out. I had to show everybody that I was the biggest white boy in the. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and being a white blood in prison actually puts you in a worse position. It doesn't make sense at all to do that. So he's saying it made sense in prison. No, it didn't. And so Jake's not intelligent enough to actually go on an interview podcast and conduct himself because he's a liar and he can't keep track of his lies.
It made sense in prison. Brotherly love overriding oppression and destruction. I'm broke, you're broke. We come together, we eat. They want to fuck us up. Well, we're going to fuck them up together, you know? Out here, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why am I risking what I got going on to portray? I'm not out here sliding on shit, doing shit, you know? So it doesn't make sense. And then not only that, but
So what people need to understand about 1090 Steak is that he's a goof. What? He's a fucking goof. And he went to prison for a very short amount of time. He was a short timer. He spent like a matter of months, and 36 months tops. And it was less than that. I
You
think.
spent about 36 months in prison altogether?
it was less than that.
It was like 2 years and he couldn't hang. He was telling people that he wanted to, disalive himself so that he can get special treatment and get away from general population. This is something that he said.
So what I did is I took the razor and I cut myself with the razor. And I didn't like I didn't do nothing crazy. I'm literally nicking it, just, forming a long line, just nicking and then pinching my skin so it bleeds a little bit. I took a piece of paper and I wrote, I'm going to kill myself. I wiped my blood all over it. I stuck it on the window. I laid down on my back and I'm just bicycle kicking the door down. No, I want to kill myself. They put me in a psych cell, which is a pretty big size room. I got a suicide mat on the floor. This suicide mat, bro, is like the equivalent of a Tempur-Pedic. I don't know if you ever went psych, but this is the thickest, most comfortable mat. So I'm butt naked the whole 21 days in this. Like, I'm really trying to pull this whole psych thing. The whole state of Florida, the psych units were basically on lockdown because they were overpopulated. They couldn't accept any more people, so no one could go. So I wasted my time doing this whole thing. I never got sent anywhere.
Wow. So Jake went to great lengths and did everything he could think of to get himself separated away from all of his blood partners. What? He wanted to get shipped off to the puzzle factory to hang out with all the J-Cats and the weirdos. So I'm just wondering where it all made sense for him to, get all these tattoos and all this shit. He's not a blood. He's just a normal guy that moved from Malden, Massachusetts down to Florida where he burglarized his own family and got sent to youth prison for a very short amount of time. He was not institutionalized. He was not it didn't change him in any way. He just used this to tell stories and make money on YouTube. What? And he's losing interest in this persona because this new girlfriend that he has wants him to be a country boy. She wants him to...
Hey, man, I'm going to end that right there, man. If y'all want to check out the rest of that right there on Point and Shoot, man, y'all go do that, man. And make sure y'all subscribe to my man's channel, too, man, because, like I say, he make that dope content, bro. He be mainly going at them guys up there, no jumper, like Poetic Flacco and Adam 22. He give them complete hell, man. Make sure y'all go check it out. Let's go his page right there, man. But like I was saying though, man, 1090 Jake, he seems like he's an infiltrator of the culture. We don't need nobody like that, you know what I'm saying? Period. Because Larry Hoover is a man that's doing life right now. I understand he's in the media and got things, you know what I'm saying, basically got things shaking right now in the media that he had got pardoned by the state, by the federal, the President Trump pardoned him from his federal charges. Now he got state charges over his head, still doing life. So, now you come trying to throw dirt on his name like that, just like they trying to do Nipsey Hussle's, man. But, man, I want y'all to leave in the comment section, though, man. I want y'all to let me know, man, do we need to keep 1090 Jake out of our culture, or he good over there? He doing what he doing, man. Do y'all think he good in the hood, man? Man, but this has been another good one, though, man. But before you go, if you're new to the channel, go down there and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at BT Scoot TV. Another good one. I'm out.